Hey everyone, welcome to the Honey Gourmet. Tonight we're going to make a chimichurri sauce that can be used in a couple ways. First way that I like to use is on a nice elk steak, venison steak, anything like that. Adds a nice little flavor to it, got a little kick to it. The other way you can use it is how we're going to use it tonight, and we're actually going to use it on a series of roasted vegetables. So right here we have different peppers, onions, and garlic, and that's going to be cooked on the grill and served on the side of the steak, and we'll do a little bit of a steak rub in a minute. So first we start with chopping fresh organic green onions, and you want a decent little chop on these. It's all going to go into the chimichurri sauce. And I got basically a average sized bunch here. That's a lot of vegetables to cover, and you want a good coating. You can't really make too much of this. And if you have extra, you can use it, like I said, on the steaks if you'd like to do that as well. So chop this up a little bit finer. Go to the next ingredient, which is parsley, and you can use either regular parsley or Italian parsley. Tonight I'm using flat Italian parsley. I actually like the flavor of it a little bit more than regular parsley for this dish. It comes out with a nice little fresh taste compared to the bitterness that you sometimes get with regular parsley. And I also like to chop this up fairly fine. Instead of big pieces, I like to kind of almost mince it. You could use a food processor if you want. I happen to like knives because I'm a hunter. Okay, so now we've got the green onions chopped up along with the Italian parsley. Those are the two main ingredients in this. And then we're going to put in garlic, and you can add as much fresh garlic as you like, or as little as you like. And I'm probably going to put in this 3 cloves should be enough for this particular dish. And basically I like to use a garlic press. You can mince it if you like. You can also use garlic in a tube that's pre-crushed, whatever you like, but I like going old school with fresh garlic. And so pick that out. Go ahead and do all 3 cloves. There we go. So now we got the garlic in there. So now we add olive oil. And basically, I'm eyeballing this. This is probably a quadruple amount of chimichurri sauce that I normally make. I normally put in about a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I'm using extra light, extra virgin, and like my cameraman, it once was a virgin. So anyway, add the olive oil. We got fresh, or not fresh, but we got crushed red peppers. I'll probably put in about a 1/4 teaspoon. Kosher salt to taste, and always use kosher salt. And this is probably going to be about 1/2 teaspoon. And then fresh ground pepper to taste. So this will have a little bit of kick in it. And then, in the spirit of Julia Child, take a drink. All right, so that's done. Now we get a handy dandy freezer bag. We're going to put these vegetables in the freezer bag and dump the chimichurri sauce in there and get it all mixed up very well. And my sous chef, aka my wife, cut all this up. So she made a ton of them here, a lot of vegetables, but that's all right. This always comes out good and tends to cook down quite a bit when you cook it on the grill. So now we're just going to add the chimichurri right to the bag. Get it all in there. And seal it. And then just give it a nice toss. Get that coated really well. And then the next step is really to cook these on the grill when you're doing your steaks in the rest of the meal, which is going to be elk sliders.